Welcome everyone. Hello, welcome to Office Hours at TradersPost for January 13th, 2026. I'm your host, Peter Hartman, part of the marketing team here at TradersPost, alongside Mike Christensen, co-founder and CSO. We're always working to make TradersPost better day in and day out. Each week, we take a deep dive into all things TradersPost, answering your questions, gathering your feedback, and helping you get the most out of the best advanced trade execution engine available. To that end, we encourage you to submit your questions in the chat, and we'll get to them at the end of the stream. All right, let's make sure everything is looking good here. Today's stream is brought to you by Blue Sky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. But we'll tell you more about them later. First, a little housekeeping. Last blueprint, we released an indicator called Multi-VWAP. Let me show you what that looks like here. Multi-VWAP. All right. So I don't know if you guys follow us on Blueprint, but I highly recommend you do. Multi-VWAP crossover strategies right there. It's one of our 4 days ago that was streamed. So we released a indicator called Multi-VWAP crossover strategy, which showed an example of how to handle multiple trade exit types in PineScript. If you've ever wanted to learn how to combine stop loss, trailing stop loss, break evens, take profits, and trailing profits, all with offsets and within the same script, go check out the script in our indicator library, or use the PineScript agents, or just feed the code to your AI. If you don't know, you can actually get access to the indicators in your TradersPost dashboard. You log in, you go to account, and then indicators on the left side. Let me pull that full screen so you guys can see. There are the indicators, and if I scroll down here, you're going to see under strategies, we're going to see Multi-VWAP crossover right there. So you can click on that and they'll be added to your TradingView. And the PineScript agents, which helps you to code your own indicators and your own strategies, keeps up to date the TradingView version. You can get that here and you can click on view on GitHub and that will pull that up there for you. Highly recommend you check that out. All right. Is there any more housekeeping? Let's see. Yes, there is. On Price Action Live, I don't know if folks, you got to get on to Price Action Live. It's been getting fun there today. If you take a look at the most recent one, let's see. This was streamed 4 hours ago. Will the Fed cut rates as inflation cools? Yeah. So did you guys have a fun time on Price Action Live today, Mike?
Sorry, did we what?
Did you have a fun time? It sounded like there was some energy going on.
Oh there. Yeah, we had a good time. Tom said I was funny today, so apparently most days I'm not very funny.
No, I think you were totally solid. It looked like the charts had some energy to it.
Yeah,
there was a
definitely
narrative
some crazy
story.
price action, and we took some good trades. And I was profitable this morning, and so was Tom. So everybody was pretty pumped. We had a good turnout as well. Lots of people in the comments.
Those days where you feel profitable, it's got to make you feel like kind of floating on a cloud. You're like on a high. It's like when today I didn't argue with my girlfriend. I didn't argue with my wife, you know.
I'm trying not to let it. A good trader is probably one that doesn't let his emotions get the best of him. It should be fairly boring and like trying to stick with the plan every day. But yeah, I can't deny it feels good to be on top for a day.
Awesome. Well, so on Price Action Live, you've been seeing Mike expand his trading toolkit to include custom-made tools developed with AI. This is a taste of the sort of empowerment we at TradersPost want to provide you in 2026. PineScript agents, Chrome extensions, Claude Code tutorials, these are all just the tip of the iceberg for what we'll be seeing over the coming months. So watch this space. Tom wanted me to let you know that the Multi-VWAP crossover strategy was actually inspired by Mustang Trader. Thank you, Mustang Trader, the gift that keeps on giving.
Who's in the comments today, by the way? Hey, Mustang.
Hey, Mustang Trader. Good to see you.
Mig?
Very cool. All right. I think that's it for our housekeeping. Yeah. We've got a lot of Mike and I were talking before the stream started, and I wish I could tell you right now what's in the works, but all I can tell you is that it's so cool. A lot of times people like tease things and like, oh, it's cool, something's coming. This is a cool thing. I think you're going to enjoy, especially if you got a geek in you. So some things that will make your trading not only fun but useful. So I'm very excited about that.
Me too. Me too. Not only because I'm back into coding a little bit here and making some stuff, but this one's creative too. What I'm designing right now is probably the coolest thing I've ever designed. I'm super excited about it. I think you guys will be as well. But the types of tooling we're making to make your trading easier and quicker is pretty exciting stuff. We're also building a lot of new tools around the way trades are managed. So, we're adding features like automated break even systems where you send a signal to set it to break even, and what it does is it cancels your open, take profit, and stop loss, and sets your break even at your entry price plus some number of ticks that you've defined. We're doing things like cancel all orders related to a tag that I sent, or tag based entries and exits. So I could create an entry with a take profit and a stop loss, and the take profit is tagged take, and the stop loss is tagged stop. And I could send a signal to say cancel the orders where they're tagged as take. And what that means is that I set my entry, I get into my position, but sometimes I want to pull off my take profit if I can see that there's a rally going and I just want the trailing stop to follow. So that allows me to just cancel the take profit orders on all of my accounts. Stuff like that. We've got many features coming from trade management perspective, risk management perspective, and then a whole bunch of stuff coming with analytics as well. So we've enjoyed the growth, and we're investing in everything we can possibly think of to make sure we've armed you guys with as much tools as possible. So, on one hand, growth is nice. It's great to be able to invest in the team, but we're taking all that capital and we're going to make as many products and features as possible to make everything better.
I can smell Mike's brain. It's burning and on top fire. It's good.
I can't wait. I'm so excited about the stuff I'm working on right now.
Awesome. Mustang Trader says in the chat, behave yourselves, guys, or don't. I think I like that second part.
I'll choose the latter. That sounds good.
Tom says, oh, feels like office hours feels like Midjourney office hours. I agree. I mean, I don't know if anybody out there listens to the Midjourney office hours, but you get to really hear more about the way people are thinking, what's exciting them, daily lives. I like it. I like it. It's very cool. All right. Well, we've got a lot of questions here today. I want to thank everybody who's here in the chat. Let us know, like the video if you like this type of stuff. If you are sitting there and you're like using TradersPost and you're like, oh, I have some ideas, I have some things, let us know. Write it in the chat. Share it with us on X. Engage with us, because every time you do, you expand our awareness of what is possible. And you never know, your idea might just make it to TradersPost.io.
We're listening. Always listening.
Fantastic. All right, we got a list of questions here. Let's get to the first one. This is from Mark. If I have a strategy on MNQ and NQ, how can I prevent a trade from MNQ from entering if there is a trade open on NQ and vice versa?
Good question, Mark. At the moment, we have the ability for you to set the max positions of a strategy at the broker level. Sorry, Peter, I don't know if this is going to mess you up, but can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just give me a moment to pull that in
share
there.
Yeah. So let me list my brokers here first. I'll go to my Tradify account. Essentially, what you have to do is head to one of the brokers that you have enabled on TradersPost and hit the edit button. That edit button is going to bring you to the account level settings for a single account with a single connection. In this case, this is one of my Tradify evals. And you can see underneath here, there's a section called Max Strategy Positions. So in your case, if you want to prevent an NQ from entering, if you have an open MNQ or vice versa, you would just set the max strategy positions to 1. And what that means is that across any of your strategies, if you have an open position with MNQ, it won't let you open a position of any other symbol on any of the strategies that are connected to this account. So that's currently the best way to do this. There are some scenarios in which this does not work perfectly. It happens if you send both trades in at the same time. Let's say you fire off a signal to enter MNQ and then fire off a signal to enter NQ exactly at the same time. There's a high likelihood that both of those positions would get entered, because at the time of those trades, there wasn't an open position that we could tell was available. So just be careful about how you enter into your positions to prevent something like that from happening. But this is a feature you can use. You can set this to 1 and just hit save, and that will apply to any place where you've subscribed this account to a strategy.
Awesome. All right, we're going to get to the next question in just a moment, but first, a word from our sponsor.
Looking for a prop firm that actually plays nice with automation? Meet Blue Sky, built for serious traders. And with TradersPost, it just clicks. You connect Blue Sky inside TradersPost, route your TradingView signals to paper or funded accounts, and let it auto-manage entries, stops, and targets. You control risk per trade, filter by session and symbol, and pause or resume with a single switch. Every fill is easy to review in one dashboard. Funded accounts can request payouts daily with launch plans starting at $49. Get funded with Blue Sky. Execute with TradersPost. Apply today at bluesky.pro, BLUSKY.pro, and plug in your edge. Trading involves risk. Use proper risk management.
To add to that, I want to let you know that you can use a coupon code WELCOME26 to get 50% off your launch plan account with Blue Sky. This is limited to 1 per person and is for your first account. So WELCOME26 to get 50% off your launch plan at Blue Sky today.
Applies to the first account and only one time, and it doesn't apply to resets as well.
Good to know. All right. You picked up one of these accounts, didn't you, Mike?
Yep. I have 3 Blue Sky accounts right now. I'm pretty happy with those guys. Their rules are fairly straightforward. In fact, one of my accounts, I am $117 away from passing. So let's see if we can get to a payout with Blue Sky now.
Nice. Daniel asks, I want to have an option to exit close positions at specific times on day, including seconds. It can't be done via TradingView. The idea for this request is to avoid the volatility of the new candle open on the regular end of candle close that TradingView offers.
It's still possible on TradingView, to be clear. You can set the granularity of your timer to be at an exact set of seconds. So let's say 10 seconds before the last 10 minutes of the session, you could send an exit signal to close your positions. We don't currently support timed or scheduled exits on TradersPost, so this is something you would have to send to us on a regular frequency. If you don't want it to come from TradingView, we're in a brave new world now where people are standing up their own scripts using Claude Code. Of course, you could build something that works locally on your computer that is scheduled to go out at exactly a specific time, and all you have to do is just send the webhook to TradersPost. So, the idea of our entire platform is to make it as extensible and flexible as possible. So there's lots of different ways to send in signals to us. But at the moment, I think the best thing to do would be to schedule an exact time on TradingView to send it in, which would include the seconds. I think we did a blueprint on this. It was the scheduled alerts plugin that Tom built, or not plugin, but a Pine script that Tom built that I believe works down to the second as well. So give that a look. If you head into your dashboard on TradersPost, open up the account tab and click on indicators, I believe it's in that list.
Jeff asks, are any continuous futures contract symbols supported by TradersPost?
Yes, all of the continuous futures contract symbols are supported by TradersPost, including the front month contract and the future month contracts or future quarter contracts. So you can send in MNQ2 exclamation mark, MNQ3 exclamation mark, or any of the ones that are supported by TradersPost. Here's the best way to look this up. I think we should be sharing my screen again, right? If you open your connection to, let's say, TradeStation, for example, and I turn on my futures dashboard and I click on tickers for my futures account, this will actually show me all the symbols that are supported by the broker. but I'm also able to list the tickers from the dashboard as well. If I type in MNQ, for example, there is a list of all of the supported symbols on this ticker page for that broker. And you can see here we support MNQ1 exclamation mark and MNQ2, as well as when the contract switch will take place in the future. And here are the forward month contracts that are available to you as well.
Thank you for that question. Next up, Daniel. I'm interested in adding 1 or 2 fixed exit times during specific times of the day to some of my subscriptions. Is that possible? If so, how would I set that up?
I think this is very similar to the previous question. My best suggestion is to head to your account tab in TradersPost and click on indicators. Down towards the bottom here, there is a scheduled alert script that we wrote back in 2024. And this will link to a TradingView script that allows you to set a time that you want to trigger an alert. And I believe this works down to the second. I haven't actually personally used it, but I can certainly give it a try, test it out a few times and see how it's working for you.
Mustang Trader in the chat is saying, could you use an exit specified time in the message? Could you not use an exit specified time?
Not at the moment. What that would require is that we have to hang on to the incoming webhook and then wait for that time to take place and then execute it. It's just not something we currently support. It's a good idea and certainly something we want to do in the future. But for now, you just have to schedule the timing of your alerts. Right now, the way we've built our infrastructure is to focus on catching the incoming webhook requests and executing them as fast as possible. We don't want to put any kind of delays or constraints in front of that. There are some exit delay features that are available that could, of course, if you timed the math right, you could make it to where the exit is delayed by a certain number of seconds. But I think we have that set to a 1 hour delay. So it would have to be 1 hour before the exact time you needed. You could use that feature. But I think it's just easier to use the schedule alert system for now.
Is there a time now? There's not a time now variable, is there?
You use the time now placeholder from TradingView to send us the time. Time now is the name of the TradingView placeholder, and then in its place would be the actual date stamp that TradingView sends us in the time property.
Excellent. Aventura Trader says, yes, 2 streams in 1 day. What a bargain. Happens every week.
Aventura. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, Aventura. Next question. Here we got Omar asking, I'm using a TradingView strategy that sends 4 different alerts: buy, sell, take profit, and stop loss. Could you please explain how I can configure your automated system to process only the buy and sell alerts while ignoring the take profit and stop loss alerts? Also, I don't fully understand how your automated system works. In TradingView, when an alert is triggered, there doesn't seem to be any code or identifier that tells the automated system to process it as a buy signal.
Well, we'd have to look closely at how Omar's signals are actually coming in, but I'll assume for a moment that this is the standard strategy payload, which includes the action and the sentiment properties. And if this is a Pine script that you can't edit and you can't control what signals are coming through, and those alerts aren't separated by condition. In many cases, there are strategies that have a different way to create different alert conditions where you have the buy alert, the sell alert, the take profit, and the stop loss. If that's the case, then you would just create 2 separate alerts for the buy and the sell, and you just wouldn't create an alert for the take profit and stop loss. But if you don't have any control of that and it's not split out in that way, unfortunately, there's no way for us to ignore certain types of buy or sell signals that are coming through that are meant to act as your take profit and stop loss. I think this one's going to require a little more debugging. I would love to answer this on office hours, but I think we need to know more about how the strategy works and what options are available to see if there's a way to kind of customize and get this working.
Tom was following up with the time now thing. He's saying in our chat, time now is a series variable in TradingView, but it can only be read when there's a trade that happens that tick. So during busy times it works, but in overnight, say can delay alerts. I don't really know what that means, Tom, but I said it. You told me to say it, and then I said it. I'm the puppet. You put your hand up there, and I just yammered it away. All right. Next up, I have a bracket position running for 10 contracts. I place an exit for a quantity of 5. Why did my stop loss and take profit both cancel when I only had a partial exit? Dorothy asks.
Dorothy, good question. That's just the nature of how our system works. If you send an exit signal, even if you specify a lower quantity, it's still going to cancel the open orders. So the best thing to do is to send a sell signal instead of an exit signal, and just define the quantity that you want to exit by. And that would just remove some of that quantity without canceling the other open orders. The other option, of course, is to send over cancel false, which is a property that defines whether TradersPost should cancel the open orders. And if you send that property, that would not cancel the open orders, and that way you can successfully have a partial exit.
Nice. Thank you for that question, Dorothy. We've got just a couple more here. Firas asks, I'd like to know, if I purchase a prop firm account and want to use it through Tradovate, do I need to open a Tradovate account separately? Also, are there any subscription fees for using Tradovate?
Good question. So relatively new to the space, what you will notice is with every prop firm that you open an account with that uses Tradovate as their futures provider, is that they do all of that for you. Using a relationship and a partnership with Tradovate, the prop firm will open the account on your behalf. You're entitled to market data. They give you credentials to log into your Tradovate account, which is the credentials that you'll use when you connect your account to TradersPost. So you don't need to pay a subscription fee for Tradovate. It should be included in your prop firm purchase.
Nice. I remember we used to get that question a lot like a year ago. All right. When trading 0DTE options, does TradersPost find closest in absolute value or closest above or closest below? Example, if SPY is at 560.45 and I want to buy calls, which option would it choose? Strike price 561 or 560? This is Harry Krishna who asks.
It really kind of depends on your settings. If you have screened for the at the money call and you are setting it to 1 strike away, then it would select the next strike away. Most of the strikes, of course, are in specific increments. Obviously, you're not going to end up with a strike price of 560.45. I think for SPY, they're in 50-cent increments, so you'd most likely end up in the 560.50 SPY call, which would be the closest at the money contract. There are settings for this, though, in your screener where you can choose out of the money or in the money. If you choose in the money, it would be the closest available within 1 strike.
Awesome. We've got one question left, but before we get to that, I want to remind everyone that there's a lot going on the TradersPost YouTube channel. If this is your first time checking us out, you should go and take a look at the live streams that we do, as well as the content that gets produced. We've got Price Action Live that takes place 4 days a week, Tuesday to Friday. Mike and Tom trade the open around 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see them using TradersPost and trading prop accounts on live market. So go ahead and check that out. It's a lot of fun. We really appreciate if you are there. Adds more energy, more life. And what do you want to trade alone? Don't trade alone.
Don't trade alone. Never trade alone.
It's like drinking alone. We also have a Blueprint, which takes place every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is where Tom, he builds indicators live, building strategies, doing fun things with code. The multi-VWAP crossover strategy we talked about on the stream is something that was showcased there as well. And if you have any ideas, things that you want to build, things you want tested out, you can totally message and let us know about that. Claude Code is heavily featured there as well. So if you're interested in that space, we are too. Friday, we have After Hours, which is an aftermarket commentary show. Tom and I, we get together, we talk, how we felt, what the dollar is doing, what we expect in the market, some news items. So if you want to come and hang out 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, please do that. Every week we have on Tuesday, office hours. that's where you are right now. And so if you have any questions, you can use the support bubble on the TradersPost page, and you can ask your questions to get a better understanding of how to use TradersPost, or if you're encountering some difficulty, we'll be happy to help you out there as well. And Alphas, yes. Alphas is a show. It's like one of my favorite shows to watch. You get to hear Mike Richardson interview traders, successful traders, and in the prop firm space and others. Really cool long form interviews. You can also see some
I've
clips as well.
interviewed some great ones. We've had some really cool people on the show, no question.
100%. Yeah. I actually feel pretty blessed to be able to, I'm just like sitting there watching it happen. I get to ask you questions after the fact. It's like having a little masterclass. I would really like it. Really appreciate the people who come on to Alphas, solid people, excellent communicators, and their stories. I mean, it makes you feel like not alone in the world, I bet, if you're out there trading and you're like, oh, okay, so I'm not the only one.
Yep.
So go ahead and check that out. We have a full episodes out already, and more to come this year. All right, we got our last question. Here we go. Anything I forgot? Anything you want to put out there, Mike? There's nothing I'm forgetting, right?
Just looking through the comments here. A few things from my dad.
I felt bad. You didn't get me in trouble, Ventura Trader. Don't worry about it. I'm exaggerating, and like I like your posts. Thank you guys. Sorry I was late. You can't be late, Adventura. You can't be late, but we forgive you. Mustang Trader says, friends don't let friends trade alone. That's something I learned by watching Alphas. Some people mentioned how lonely it is to make your living trading, because it's not like, I guess it's not like you're going into the office and you're with other people and you're not traveling. Like,
yeah, unless you're a desk trader at like a real prop firm in New York or something like that. It can be very lonely. I find a lot of people seem to be trading with each other on live streams now, and I think that's great. So join us on ours. You're welcome to share your ideas and what you're seeing in the markets. I know we've got several people like Aventura and Mustang and Jarmo and Jinzo and a whole bunch of other people that join us almost every morning to trade and offer their ideas and what they're seeing, and just tag along on what we're doing. And of course, it's a great opportunity if you're not currently a TradersPost customer to give to see how we're actually using these tools, and how easy it is to get in and out of positions, especially on multiple accounts. We've got some people who are power users on the platform that are trading 50 accounts at the same time, and doing it all with ease, with the speed of the execution we have on our platform.
Over the weekend I built this thing. I just had this idea. I asked Cloud Code to build this thing with it created a video wall of a bunch of YouTube streams, and it would find live streams and show them all at once, and then cycle through them for like 30 seconds or whatever interval I set. So while you guys were trading and waiting for the Supreme Court tariff news, I was listening to this kind of running screening of all the live streams, and it really made you feel like there was energy and activity, because everybody was like wondering, like, has the data out, the decision come out yet? Is it happening yet? I could hear you, I could hear Tom, I could hear everybody speaking. It is something I want to put on like a 24/7 live stream, where it's constantly kind of like helping you to discover channels that YouTube channels that are out there streaming.
Right.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a fun moment too, but kind of a total letdown when they were like, yeah, we're not deciding today, we're going to punt it, and we'll let you know if we ever come back to this decision at all. At this point, we're still not sure we're going to get one.
we need a Supreme Court decision on their decision. It's going to be Inception. All right, Mustang Trader says Zach was a good one. Yeah, Zach was a good one.
Yeah, I think we're going to bring him back on soon, actually. So look forward to that one.
Nice. All right, last question up here, then we got to get back to work. Let's pull this up. Daniel's got a question here. How can I find out how many strategies my current account allows, or how many live subscriptions?
There's no limit. That's how many your plan provides. No limit on strategies or subscriptions. You have a limit on the number of accounts you can connect. You have a limit on the number of asset classes you can trade in any one strategy or any multiple strategies, but there is no limit on the strategies or subscriptions themselves. So of course, the upper limit would be the number of accounts you're allowed to have in your account. If you have one strategy, let's say, and you're limited by 50 accounts in any one plan, then the largest number of subscriptions you could have is 50. You wouldn't want to subscribe or you'd rarely want to subscribe to the same account more than once unless you have different rules in those subscriptions. But part of the reason we don't have a limit on that is because there's lots of different ways to set up your strategies and subscriptions, and we want to give you a lot of flexibility in that regard.
A lot of flexibility in that regard. That should be our tagline for TradersPost. The flexibility you get is really fantastic. Mustang Trader says, the live stream helps keep you from getting twitchy while trading. And Mike and Tom are fun. Yeah, Mike is definitely fun. Mike is fun.
Jab it, Tom there. Got to do the twin thing.
Sorry, Tim. All right. That's it for us. That's it for us, guys. And as always, happy trading.
Cheers, everybody.